Good morning, Hidalgo County 4-H. This is Romeo Suna, your 4-H agent. We've been doing educational videos on halter breaking your beef projects for this coming show season. This time around, we're going to do a little bit of educational videos on market goat, breeding goat, and those type of projects for this coming year. So right now, we're here at with Wyatt Robbins, and he's going to give us some educational tips on how he does his breaking and how he manages his goats for the show season. Thank you.
Hello, Hidalgo County 4-H. My name is Wyatt Robbins, and today we're in the barn and we're going to be talking about when you first get your goat, what to do. So when we first get our goats, we get them on a good deworming schedule. So we use a dual deworming schedule, and then after that we put them on a good feed schedule and they'll start to eat, and then for about a week we let them go with the other goats to be a little bit more calm, and then after that we'll start to work with them.
Do you have what type of goats do you have here, Wyatt?
So we have breeding does, market wethers, and dairy goats. The breeds are Boer, Nubian, and Nigerian.
And how long have you been doing this?
3 years.
You can go ahead and talk if you want.
Alright, so this is how you put the halter on the goat. So the back end goes around the ears, and you want to make sure the ears aren't stuck in the front piece, and then the front piece should go over the nose. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to take her outside and kind of show her that you're the boss, and that whenever you go forward, she's probably going to get dragged when you're first putting them on, but then you're just going to pull her forward, and after she'll learn that she needs to go forward instead of pulling backwards. So then it'll be a lot easier to walk instead of having to. And they'll yell and scream a little bit, but they're fine really. Goats are very dramatic. So we're just going to walk her along until she realizes that whenever she pulls back, that she's going to have to go forward.
As Wyatt mentioned, goats can be very dramatic and make a lot of noise, so they're not being hurt at all.
And if they're not moving and they're just standing still, just pull, and then they'll learn to go forward. And after a while, it'll be a lot better to walk them on the halter. Okay, so after we're done walking her on the halter, we're going to learn how to use the chain. So the chain, we're going to put it on like this. You're going to take the back of the chain and put it around the neck, and then the front, the clip goes on whatever you want it to be adjusted to. So I'm going to put it on this one, and that will be perfect for her. You have to adjust it where it's not too loose or too tight, so so it won't fall off when you're walking the goat. So we're walking her with the chain. You're gonna want to hold this right here, and whenever she goes backwards, just kind of go back with her, because the chain can come off very easy out the front of the nose. She'll jump around a little bit, but you just gotta keep on pulling her. And kind of like the halter, it's the same thing where they'll learn where they need to walk forward. And the chain, always keep their head up. Because in the show ring, you always want their neck to be straight, and so they look like, you can't have them down here so the judge can see the full goat, and it'll look a lot better.
You know, like Wyatt is doing right now, you know, this is the beginning process of how you start working with your goat project, you know, as far as the breaking process. So they do scream, like he mentioned, they do make noise, they're not being hurt, you know, it's just part of the whole project experience and getting them used to walking with you and learning that they need to follow directions.
So after working your project for about 10 to 15 minutes, we like to brush them because they'll get really stressed out in the working time, and they'll think that you're always gonna be there and you're never gonna hurt them, and so they'll be a lot more calmer. And so we just brush them right down the back and on the sides, and that works really well to calm them. So when we're talking about goat selection, right here we have a breeding doe. So they're a little bit different than the market wethers. So in the breeding doe, we're really looking for how they're tubular, and this one is very wide in their top, and they have a lot of depth of body. And then we're also looking for genetics, which is the mom and the dad and what they look like. This one came from a local breeder, so we did get to see the genetics. At a sale, you probably wouldn't get to see the genetics. So that's the beneficial thing of buying it from a local breeder. And then right here, we'll look, and you see how wide she is, and from the hawk to the other hawk. And then we'll come around to the front, and we'll see how wide she is in the front right here. And then, yeah, that's how we judge a breeding doe.
Right here, we have one of the pens that Wyatt keeps his goats in. This is kind of a little bit bigger facility or bigger pen area than what most 4-H'ers would have. But you know what they did here is pretty good. What they did was, as you can see, it's a piped pen, but they went and bought panel or fencing and made it coyote proof and dog proof. Obviously, because goats don't defend themselves very well, so you don't want to go and buy a project and then have something tragic happen where a dog gets in or a coyote gets in and kills the goats. So what they did was they put this panel right here. This is a small fencing, small enough to where a coyote or a dog can't put their head in or any parts of their body. At the bottom part over here, they also put some other smaller fencing at the bottom so that they don't dig underneath, and that always helps because it deters the animals away from getting in here. So whether you have a piped fence pen or a wood pen or whatever pen that you have, just make sure that you take care of it and you put some type of protection around, so that when and if you have neighbors around the area or other wild animals that come in, you want to make sure that everything is safe and protected.
Thank you, Hidalgo County 4-H, for watching. Stay tuned to see all the other educational presentations.
I want to thank the Robbins family and Wyatt Robbins for giving us the opportunity to come out here today. Like he said, stay tuned and we'll have some more educational videos coming up. Thank you.